Beautiful day. I am the Oracle Empress, and it is presently Thursday, March 26, 2026. We are broadcasting live from the Empress Network at empressblack.com. And according to our astroscope today, our moon phase is still waxing crescent. It's 38% illuminated and in the sign of Taurus. Now, in regards to this current phase's emotional influences, you might feel a mix of calm and restlessness as the moon encourages you to look inward and let go of what no longer serves you. Support your manifestations by taking a quiet walk, do some journaling, whatever you need to release, or write down a single intention to carry forward. This energy is best for releasing old patterns and habits, starting a new project after clearing, and reflecting on progress and setting realistic goals. Phenomenal morning. Phenomenal morning. You know how they say sometimes, some people have the ability to not look like what they're going through. My grandmother taught me that. She said, girl, don't look like what you're going through now. Got on my work attire because I work today. Got to work today. We're going to close out with the Isis Oracle message because I'm feeling like that's what the energy is calling for. I trust, hope, and pray that wherever you are in the world, that you are well, mind, body, and spirit, and that the evils of the world are not able to touch you, to mishandle you, and things of the sort. Because they've been trying me, honey. They've been trying me. Yesterday, I caught myself going, taking a little lunch break from work in between clients and sitting in the car, minding my business at the lake, getting some sunlight. And it's, not too busy, so it's parking space is available. But, this individual, this human, look at that, seeing the devil. But I'm using our Rider-Waite Tarot. We're getting right on into these messages today with it. This is my first tarot deck. Yeah, this is the OG deck. Like, this is the original. Okay, the original. Got a lot of messages with this one. I've been using our Mahogany Tarot deck here, getting some beautiful messages, some beautiful insight. But with the energy that I experienced yesterday, yeah, it's time to see what's really good. But with that being said, this guy, made it his business to park next to me, choose the parking space directly next to me. Okay, whatever, I'm minding my business, like I'm sure he is, or thought he was. But no, he was minding my business. So he gets out the car, and just like taking his time getting out the car, and his car, and was standing there. And you just feel like somebody just standing somewhere, like just for a little bit too long. So you just happen to just look to see like, okay, what you got going on? And he had an arm tattoo right here that it was a boot, I believe, some numbers or something. It said Coon, like Coon, C-O-O-N. I haven't heard that one in a little while. So let me Google and see, what does Coon mean? I forgot. I know it was something degrading or derogatory or something like that. But let me Google this to see what it means, because he clearly wants me to see it. So I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, I was right. Tell us how you really feel without telling us how you really feel. Sir. So with that being said, I ignored it because I'm like, okay, that's his dumbass tattoo. I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And he was just like taking his time with getting out the car, and then he went to go open the trunk, or whatever. It was like a little small SUV, I think, and was pulling like a fishing rod and, you know, putting something on the fishing rod. It was just like a whole bunch of commotion. Now, because the pollen is pollinating still, you know, it wasn't too warm, it wasn't too cool. It was nice, decent temperature. So I had my back windows cracked and I was listening to like some YouTube videos or something like that, minding my business. And he's sitting here swinging the damn fishing rod or whatever, like just doing too much. Like it was like, okay, are you trying to get my attention? Because I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. You know, I'm never interested. So with that, it hit my car. The little fishing rod thing, this little bait that was on the fishing rod hit my car. Now, first of all, like I said, if you need to do all that, you could have parked a couple spots down. Even the spot next to you on the other side was open. A couple of them. You didn't have to park right next to me and do all that. So it's just like now, I don't like to think that everything's about me. People worried about me. You know, it's me, me, me. But when certain things just keep happening, it's just like, damn, like the obsession, like the gang stalking, like the high level bullying and harassing, and the can I live? Can I live? Keep one eye open like CBS, honey. Because sure enough, after that, you know, I went back to work. Seen all the police after I posted, you know, my sharing my experience, the summary of it on my Facebook, and seeing, you know, the police, multiple vehicles, SUVs pull out of the mall that is like right across the street. I'm like, damn, that's interesting. And I say that, you know, the lake is cursed officially. Y'all got out of there like a bat out of hell. And it's so sad because it's such a beautiful place. You know, South Carolina is really a beautiful state. Like, I was born here and spent my foundational years here and moved away, you know, and came back as an adult. And I was just like, you know, I could see myself, you know, getting situated, building and growing, expanding my business and, you know, living here and potentially traveling the world from here type of thing. But the last 4 years with, like I said, the gang stalking, like these people really want me to be out here looking like I'm crazy, and I'm really not. Like you're not about to have me looking crazy out in these streets, you know. You ain't doing that. I ain't going for it. So I don't even go out and engage with people and all that. I stay to myself. I go to work, go to the grocery store, go to the gym, real simple stuff. Spend time with my family and keep it simple because I'm just like, yo, the obsession is like disgusting. Like all them little Caucasian girls that was out there, you know, and I don't even say cracker. I call people Caucasian, you know, like I don't like to be, because I don't want no white people calling me no nigga. So, but that was a whole nigga cracker, bitch ass, like energy, move, all that. And people like you need to just go ahead and jump in a real deep hole that leads to hell. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. While my rest was interrupted last night, the neighbor's dog never really barks through the middle of the night. At least I don't be hearing it. And I'm not a hard sleeper. But, he was going off 2:15 this morning because I looked at the clock and that's what time it was when I finally decided to just get up to see what was going on. And I was like, dang, here we go with this again. The damn radio waves. They got the Wi-Fi jumping, feeling like you in a microwave type of thing. Like I was like, do I sit down? Do I lay down? I was like, okay, so that's what Rocky was out there barking about. It ain't just in here, it's around here. You got the Three of Wands here in the upright. It's the first card to come out. Someone is considering their options at this time. They're analyzing their overall health and well-being, their creativity, their resources. And with the Ten of Wands following that, because they're feeling, potentially burdened, overworked, underpaid, they want to talk about it, but they don't know who to talk to. So they just keep pushing. Then the Ace of Wands comes here. And we know the aces are the hand of the divine. So what I'm getting here is you don't see no faces here and these Wands cards. This is someone that's looking for a new opportunity or looking for some change or looking for something different because they're tired of, working hard, breaking their back and not necessarily getting what they deserve, for their hard work, energy, and efforts. I'm getting an energy here of working harder and not smarter. You got the Ace of Wands here, which is the hand of God, potentially having some sort of new creative energy or ideas or offerings for them, but their head is down. They're not able to see it, let alone to receive it. Now, if your head is down praying, that's one thing. But if your head is down because you just being stubborn and like, we doing this my way or the highway, then that's your ego and you edging God out. And, you don't deserve the blessings in that regard. Something flipped. Oh. Got the Three of Swords flew out, okay? So someone is feeling heartbroken energy, some really injured mentally and emotionally. Someone thought that they knew what they knew and found out that they didn't, and subsequently they're heartbroken. Yeah, I was picking that up. This is the Four of Wands energy. So this could have been a masculine energy that may be dealing with some sort of divorce or breakup, separation, and they're unhappy, presently, you know, the home life ain't lifing. There's no love. Is this that man that was with the coon tattoo? Is this his energy? Is this why he was acting like that yesterday? Is that what I'm picking up? That's why it's like sometimes when people be acting stupid and I have to go out into the world and deal with irrational, imbalanced, toxic, unhealthy human beings like that, I actually feel bad for them because I'm still an empath. Like, even though I know how to curse real good and, send somebody to hell in my mind when they cross me the wrong way, like, I'm still empathetic. And then once I calm down and, get over it, I feel bad because I'm just like, what does his life look like at home, really? Like, for you to be just out here acting like you acting type of stuff. Like, I felt like he was just outside without his white sheet on, or his gun and badge and, Ku Klux Klan police uniform type of thing. That's what it felt like. The starter kit. You gotta, be able to read the fine print, the little details, the red flags to show you, what type of energy you dealing with for real, without the costumes. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So yeah, that could be a divorcee, somebody that, yeah. Somebody, yeah, all of this is saying that, this is somebody dealing with some life changes that they're not happy about, division of assets or resources, somebody might be feeling burnt out because, their family structure or dynamic offered them a certain sense or level of stability and security. And with things, going and turning for the worse, that's causing, changes that nobody want to deal with in them situations. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, she's a very bitter, angry, just nasty, rude individual. And yeah, that makes sense. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense. Yeah. With the Fool here, I'm getting, she might be emasculating, her either ex-spouse or soon-to-be ex-spouse. Making them look bad, feel bad. Potentially like slandering his name or, damn, this is bad. You got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah. It was a connection or relationship that never had a real love foundation. It may have been built off of, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, lies, um, superficiality, maybe money or resources, stability. Somebody might have, entered a connection, a relationship, marriage, for those types of reasons. Like I said, like financial stability and security or something like that. It wasn't necessarily because I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So yeah, somebody's really heartbroken. I'm really picking up that it's a masculine energy, more or less. The Queen of Swords, she don't care. She like, what heart? I just want my money. That's what that energy is saying right here. Queen of Swords with these Three of Pentacles. I just want the house, the cars, the kids, and the dog. Look at the dog right there in the full card. She ain't love that man. And with the Ten of Cups in reverse, I'm getting that there with the Three of Swords, it's underneath the Three of Swords. So somebody's feeling really embarrassed because they may have yeah, this is definitely the masculine's energy. They may have believed that they genuinely had something good, something, whatever. They probably used to do a lot of family vacationing, excuse me, taking a lot of pictures, and sharing them online and stuff like that. This one was cold-blooded. Look, the heart is pierced and you don't see no blood. But you see the rain and the thunderclouds in the background now. So she might have been, I'm getting that there's probably like cheating, infidelity. She had a whole side piece. While he was at work, busting his back. See, that's why it's not good to try to mess with me and get the wrong kind of attention from me, If you know who I am and, you want my attention, a nice little, hi, how are you doing today? Excuse me, I don't mean to bother you. You look like you're very peaceful and, you're enjoying your time just sitting here by yourself, minding your business. And I really don't want to interrupt you. But are you such and such? Because I was wondering if you could potentially help me with the problem that I'm dealing with. I don't know if you have services available, like, readings. You more than likely know, because like with the fishing rod, details type of stuff like that, you know who I am. You know what I do. Don't play. Don't play dumb, because I see right through all that. Okay. I do donation readings sometimes to help people that can't afford my regular readings. Don't do extra stuff, because now your business is all over the table. And I see why, you was acting like you was acting. And despite the fact that you showed me you don't like black people, you see them as coons, you know, I still feel bad for you. Because you probably put that there after you found your wife was getting banged by a black cock. That came from a comedy special that was on at the barbershop salon yesterday. I was at work and I couldn't believe, you know, it was a panel or whatever of, I don't know how many, it was a lot of them, Caucasian primarily, comics, comedians. And the things that they were saying, I was like, Dad, like Caucasian people really have issues too. They try and, you know, highlight us in the media and you know, entertainment and all this stuff as being so messed up as, you know, melanated folks. But they really got some issues. Like, I'm talking about everything was about the jokes and stuff that weren't really funny to me. They were really more like, why are you so obsessed with black people's private parts? Like, you can't find nothing else to joke about. It was like weird just listening to it. Then there's one older comedian, I guess he's pretty popular or whatever, because a lot of them seem like they were like newer comedians or whatever, like taking a shot at, you know, comedy. But he was like, his daughter was a hoe. Like, he said it a little bit different, but the bottom line was he was talking about what a hoe his daughter was, getting banged by, you know, these many guys that lined around the block. And then he was like, and she got it from her mother. And I was like, I hope that was like really a joke and he didn't like really have a wife and daughter that were out here in this world and he was talking about them like that. Either way, it was kind of crazy because I was just like, wow, that's how y'all really feel about one another. That's why y'all so obsessed with sad. All right, Four of Wands. What is this energy about? The Eight of Swords. So this Queen of Swords energy felt as though, you know, she was trapped in a lie and an illusion. You know, it might have taken her a while to be honest with herself, to be honest with her family, you know, and that, you know, she wasn't happy, that she might have not felt safe, and she didn't want to be in this relationship anymore, and this, you know, family dynamic, and she's ready to take her chances to, you know, leave it and try something different. Now, that's one thing I could be picking up, or this could be that's just what she wants to do. That's the direction she wants to move in. Like, she doesn't want to be married to this masculine energy anymore. But it's definitely, you know, marriage, family, because we got the Four of Wands here in the upright, but with the Three of Pentacles next to the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse, you know. So yeah, somebody's tired of pretending, you know, that they are, you know, in a certain type of relationship dynamic when it's not that. It's not that. I'm definitely feeling like there may have been some sort of domestic abuse or something that led to the Queen of Swords getting into this energy where it's just like a heart wear. Like, So they could both be experiencing this, type of energy, but just in different ways. What I'm getting from the masculine energy, it could be more from an egoic standpoint. His pride is crushed because, his wife or, mother of his kids or whatever is making it clear that she's disconnected. She no longer wants to be in the relationship. So he's feeling it from that place, but she's feeling it from like, however she felt like she's been violated. He could have also been participating in some sort of infidelity. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands here in reverse, there definitely could have been some sort of yeah, he was definitely a cheater. And that's probably why she started cheating too. And she said, let me go ahead and piss you off for real, and do it with one of those males. And spend your money on him or give him your money. So he working hard to take care of, he found out, his money was taking care of some man that she was giving it up to. And that's the truth. And that's the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help them, God. Gotta love the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. My other decks are usually more high vibrational, more positive, more enlightening, more loving, more healing. But when I gotta pull this deck out, it's for a reason. We gotta get some different kind of clarity. The Four of Cups here is I'm picking up the energy. They say men and women cheat for different reasons, So what I'm getting here is this woman, this feminine energy, whoever she might have been connecting with, she might have like grew some sort of emotional attachment to, or started desiring, a more deeper, intimate, connection with them. And they ain't going for it. They're like, look, I was here for the bag and the head, or the sex, like whatever. I wasn't here. I know you got a whole husband. You want to cheat on him like that or whatever, and have me in the house where, your family be. I will never trust you or take you serious. So that's making her even more upset. We got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting the masculine energy, maybe like the husband in the situation, the one that is upset and weighing his options as to how he wants to move forward. He's more or less focused on the pentacles, the finances, the money. Like he's more concerned with that than trying to, save his family and, you know, his relationship with his wife. It's more or less about the money. That's his biggest concern. Maybe even the children, but I'm not picking that up either. That's unfortunate. It seems like when you operate from an egoic standpoint, like it's more about how people see him, like whatever bars or whatever like places he hang out and people know him at. It's more or less about the perception that people have of him that he's concerned with, along with his finances. We got the Magician here in reverse. We got a lot of cards in reverse. With the Magician in the reverse, he's being very manipulative. Or I ain't gonna say just him. Like, there's a lot of manipulation and really unfortunate energy here in this dynamic. And it's looking like somebody could potentially, get hurt if there's not some sort of resolve or resolution, like coming to a healthy agreement and understanding, where two adults sitting down and having honest, direct, healing communication, whether they, have someone come in to not mitigate, what's the word? Like go to some kind of counseling or therapy, or have somebody, I can't think of the word, like help them, basically, like help them calm down and see one another's perspectives. And even if they decide on getting divorced and like the damage has been done and it's irreversible, they at least can be cordial and, be able to co-parent and stuff respectfully and responsibly. But otherwise, with that Magician in reverse, I hate the word fatal. I don't like that. So things could get very, a woman like this, can mess around. Like, I'll just take the insurance money. Yo, everything is in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse, yeah. They better get a mediator, somebody to help them for real, for real. Somebody been taking a lot of losses. They looking at their pentacles here in reverse, like, hold up. Where did all this money go? I haven't checked this account. I haven't looked at, this account in a while. And I'm confused. The kids, soccer and, softball and baseball, ain't cost that much. Uniforms and activities and that the soccer mom band, it ain't cost that much. Like, where the money at? I know how to read. I know how to read energy. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. I know how to read energy. built on a lie. The foundation, the core of this connection never had anything to do with love. I'm getting lust, temptation, manipulation, just superficiality. They probably live in a community or area where, you're only respected or taken serious or whatever if you're married and you have a family and, a certain image. So that's what this was. It was all about an image. It was nothing, serious. Serious in love. It wasn't, not with the devil here like that. It was about finances, and the secrets is out. Whatever they may have tried to, keep lying and covering up with lie after lie after lie is being illuminated. What was done in the dark is coming to the light. Okay. With the chariot in the reverse, they need to be careful. Make sure you ain't out here leaving the bar drunk driving and potentially hurt innocent people or person and type of stuff. All right, we have the Divine Temple #1 with Akashic Records and Awakening, Emotional Intelligence #5 on the bottom of the deck. We have Amethyst, Awakening, Healing Addictions #27. I feel like that's confirmation for what I was just talking about, that leaving the bar type of situation came to me clear as day for whatever reason. So, anybody in this type of dynamic, do the healing work before you hurt yourself or hurt somebody innocent. And that's the truth again, okay? The higher truth with #3. We got One Love, Unconditional Love #16. They kind of look alike. Since the Healing Addictions came out on the Devil card, I'm going to go ahead and read that one. And we got Embracing the Shadow with Shadow Love #13. Yeah, that's all confirmation. So, in closing, the medicine of the Amethyst Awakening helps to dissolve old addictive behaviors and patterning. The crystal medicine, the Amethyst Awakening, is one of the most powerful crystals on the planet, holding very strongly the energy of both the amethyst and the awakening and growing together, feeding and amplifying each other's medicine. Amethyst energy helps to balance your mind and drop you into a relaxed state of being, while the awakening helps you to be with and process very intense emotions. They are a match made in heaven for those who require medicine to help with addictions. This crystal assists in healing addictive patterns and behaviors, healing old shame and guilt, aligning the heart and mind, and sitting with and honoring uncomfortable emotions. You have entered into a powerful and important time when you have the ability and strength to heal your addictive behaviors. You are encouraged to be honest and ask yourself exactly what your addictions are. An addiction is anything you do that encourages you to escape from your pain. It can even be something that seems positive for you. However, when done with the intention of escape, becomes a distraction. It is a normal part of the psyche to run from pain, but it is now time to stop, surrender, and sit with you while you feel the need to numb yourself. Addiction breeds shame, and shame keeps you held in addiction. So the first step is to come to terms with and heal the shame. It is important to be extremely gentle and kind in this process and give yourself lots of love and care. When your emotions get too intense, do you indulge in something to ease the pain? Have you been stuck in an addictive pattern? Have you got an addictive personality, or has an addiction got a hold of you and you're not sure what to do? Have you been asking for help with your addiction struggles? Are you feeling ashamed? Are you feeling shame around your addiction? This is a powerful time to receive awareness around your pattern and delve deeper into a place of self love and acceptance. It is time to take back your power and love your addictions free. This powerful crystal has arrived at the perfect time to guide and support you and holds the medicine of healing addictive patterns. Make sure you work with the diva and at some point ask yourself what pattern is coming up for you. Why are you numbing your pain? Ask for guidance as you take this very potent and sacred journey back to your heart. If things get too much for you, make sure to source support from a professional. It is time to heal any shame, forgive yourself, and love your addictions free. You have spent years soothing yourself with your addiction, and you need to shower yourself with love and kindness. Yeah, it be like that. So that's for, people who are suppressing, their emotions, their thoughts, and their true feelings around certain things that they're dealing with in life, the relationships and connections. They're just not happy, and they're just trying to, whether it's smoke, drink, sex, shop, gamble, whatever addiction the person has, it away. It ain't gonna work. You gotta get to the root source of it. And I ain't here judging nobody about nothing. But when certain things come up on my table, and I feel like it's been forced on my table, we're gonna address it respectfully and responsibly. And if attempts are continuously made to block and stop and shut me up, then it's just gonna, be catapulted, and our organized goddesses will rip some new booty holes. Rip some new booty holes, okay? Because I don't gotta do this like this for real. I can have it done, for me. And they not nice. They not nice because they more skilled practitioners that while reading the energy, they also, handling it, managing it at the same time. And the ways that it gets handled and managed, you don't always want that for, you and your loved ones, especially if they, never mind. They got gargoyles on their team, stuff like that. You ever seen a gargoyle? I don't know if I said I was gonna close out with an ISIS card. Do I have time? I don't know. I just want to see just real quick because I gotta go outside today, and outside be playing. So let me see real quick. I ain't gonna read it from the deck. I'm gonna read it intuitively. I want real good fruit salad, like a homemade one. I don't have the stuff to do it. We got Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. Don't play with it. I'm like, dang, have you ever felt the earth shake from over here, from over there, from over there, and over here all simultaneously? That moon energy. Lady of the Stars, so that's the stars, the moon, rising sun, divine solar, child reborn, proper burial for the freedom. Ooh, we got some real dark energy here today. Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Ooh, I'm gonna leave this for the priestess. Yeah. It's out of my lane. It's above me. It's above me now. It's above me, honey. I know how to stay in my lane. Inshallah, God willing, we'll do this again. I'm optimistic that it'll be with better, lighter, more beautiful energy. But until then, peace and love.